Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Pint Bros. I'm your host, Robert, and on our continuous journey of visiting every brewery in Southern California, we're out here in the city of Ontario checking out Metabolic Brewing. Let's go check them out. All right, guys, we are joined here today with the owner and general manager of Metabolic Brewing, Fresco. Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
I'm glad to do this interview.
Yeah, no, man. You know, it's funny because last week we went out and checked out Level Up Brewing, and Luis had nothing but like great things to say about you. You know, it's pretty cool. You guys are like, as of now, like the only two out here in the IE that technically has a theme, has a fun, creative environment other than just a typical brewery, you know. And what made you think, you know, first off, how long has Metabolic Brewing actually been here?
We've just been here since July. It's only been less than 5 months that we've been open, but I've actually owned the business for almost 2 years, believe it or not. We had some issues that led us to drag it on, but here we are. But as far as the theme goes, yeah, I worked in healthcare, medical field, and I just wanted to do something that would be kind of fun on the medical side. And then because I'm a huge nerd as well, I was like, you know what, let's make it retro as well. And then it took a step further, made it mad science, and just kind of evolved organically into what we have. And my good friend who also helps out here was very artistic, and he helped create our menu. You know, the actual sign, and we have a pipe maze for experiments that lead into the taps, and just kind of, you know, but the x-ray is actually on our actual on our tap room. That was actually the first thing, because I was like, I wanted to have medical field, you know. It's like, yeah, screams medical, but then like the bones just kind of became our thing, and you know, just kind of expanded from that, you know.
What made you decide to open up a place out here in Ontario specifically?
So I'm actually from Ranch Cucamonga area, okay, and so I kind of knew the area a bit. My parents live out in that area, and I wanted to have a brewery in this area because I just feel like it's a good hub for craft beer. There's a lot of breweries on Ranch Cucamonga, and when a brewery came up for sale here in Ontario, I jumped at it, and actually had the previous brewer from the previous brewery, who's my friend. He actually was the one that told me it was for sale. And so, yeah, I just stepped in with him, and we brought in a previous business partner at the time, and we made the purchase. Kind of a longer story than that. It's a short version, but yeah, it just, you know, he eventually had to part ways for personal reasons and everything, and the other partner ended up leaving as well. So now it's just my wife and I. And yeah, we love Ontario, and it's been such a good response here, and our regulars are so great to us, man.
Awesome.
I'm so happy that we chose this spot.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was really cool. And I mean, for you to, you know, be open only for months now, you know, I already have like that little, in a really nice way of saying, cult following, you know, because it's like, I've seen that where it's just like, when you have your place to go, you always want to go. Yeah. That's the place that you're always going to recommend. And, you know, so I could definitely see that, you know, out of a place like this, which I love. So he had mentioned, you know, the theming is more personal, right? Yeah. But who helped you actually like theme this place up? Aside from the painting, yeah, I mean, you have like some fun things all over the place, you know, props and all that stuff. Like, where does the idea come from?
So I have a friend named Angel, and he's been with me since the beginning, before most people, and they're helping me now. And he's just so creative. I mean, he works for a YouTuber He does set design, and he's just so creative. And yeah, he's been able to do so much here, and he's handy as well. So he's literally, I assisted him building the bar, rebuilding it, constructing it, and then the sign he built that. And then we actually had another guy who moved out of state who's a great sheet metal worker, and he did like our sign with all the letters and everything. But as far as like the mural that we have over there, and just a lot of the things that you see, he built. We actually have a creature in the bathroom that everyone loves. And
Oh, really?
yeah, and he created that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is cool. No, I mean, again, it's just creating that environment, right? And
I just
making it
basically
fun.
say, hey, this is kind of what I'm going for. This is what I want. And he's like, I got it. And
That's awesome.
he always shows me new things, and so it's good to have creative friends that are wanting to see this place kind of just come alive.
All right, let's go. So you bought an existing brewery,
Yeah.
right? So everything here pretty much is what was already existing.
So the tanks were here, but they were never hooked up.
Okay.
So the previous 2 breweries over here, they brewed on a pilot system, which is a 1-barrel system. And they had the tanks, but they just never ended up hooking them up. And so when we purchased it, we knew going in that we'd have to hook them up. So that's when and there was no glycol chiller, so we actually had to get our own glycol chiller. Actually purchased it at a brewery over in New Mexico. So actually, I flew out there and got a U-Haul truck, picked up the glycol chiller, and then drove it back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Shout out to Bathtub Row. I mean, great brewery out there, great guys. And yeah, they actually helped me lift it and like manually lift it into the truck and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so then we just basically brought the glycol chiller here, and then we just got all of our piping and everything we got from some other breweries. Like everything we got, and we always joke we're a budget brewery. Like anyone who knows me has been here, they've seen that like we just kind of, if it can be used, we'll use it, and just kind of like, make it work. And, but the tanks are brand new. And so, yeah, we just, we hooked everything up, and, now it's rocking and rolling, 7-barrel system,
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the actual like brewing of the different types of beers, is it more like your personal taste? Like, hey, I'm kind of in the mood for a Pilsner this time. Or is it based off of like the needs or wants of the crew?
I'll be completely honest. So when I first opened, we did some beers that were just beers I wanted to do, like the Rosemary IPA. And Vince, my brewmaster, him and I, we actually did 2 other renditions before, and I actually had a backyard party. And the first rendition was actually showcased there on my kegerator. Well, people loved it, and because I like to make aromatic stuff, and very herbal, and so we did that, and it did really well. And so like we got to bring it to the brewery when we open. And some people are like, oh, you should open with just beers that people would know. That's kind of strange to open with like a Rosemary IPA. And it ended up being like our top seller. Like you never know. I mean, never. For me, I like being creative with our beers and just doing unique ones, but also at the same time traditional. Like we have a Czech Pilsner, Irish Red Ale, so I like to do more traditional as well.
No, I like that. I mean, like you said, it's kind of a mixture of traditional, but then like you go with your IPL and stuff like that, and you have some fun experimenting.
That's exactly what it is, and it fits our theme, because experimentation and like mad science, and that's what people say. Sometimes we wear lab coats. Like when we first started, we wore like the lab coats all the time, and we don't wear them as much, but sometimes we'll wear them just to make it kind of fun.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. All right, so now we're trying out some of your beers, which is my favorite part. So tell me, are these a mixture of your favorites, or are these new ones, or what are they?
So 2 favorites and then a new one. So the first one we have is For Peep's Sake, which is actually our New Zealand Pale Ale. Now it's nice and crispy, light in body. It's for BJCP, it's 4.5 ABV, so it's the lowest it can be, but it's nice and crisp. We used to call it the Crispy Pale Ale, but
It's clean.
yeah, nice clarity.
Very.
And yeah, it's a good beer, man.
Cheers. Very crushable, very light. This is definitely something any beer lover, whether you're a big hop head or not. Like, it has a lot of good flavor, but it's super clean, crisp, light on the tongue,
floral.
very.
Yeah, the New Zealand hops, they just bring so much to the table, man. I really love how they bring a lot of a floral aspect to it, in my opinion.
The second one we have here.
Yeah.
Which one's this one?
So this is Code Red. This is the Irish Red Ale style. And yeah, it's roasty and malty. There's a lot of reds out there. People know American reds like Red Trolley and some other beers like that. We went a different direction. We wanted to do more on the roasty and malty side. It's dry as well, very dry, but it's actually one of my favorites. And
That's ABV on this one?
this is 6.2.
6.2. Very cool.
And
Cheers. Yep.
it's robust, right?
Robust, very malty when you hit it, but it's really nice. It's creamy. It's really light.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's really nice too.
Yeah, this one's actually been one of our top beers, and I wasn't expecting it because Irish Reds sometimes are a style that's kind of forgotten or people don't brew as often. But we've taken it to a couple beer festivals, and people have really had a positive reaction towards it. So
It is.
yeah, so but this is one that I'll probably try and keep on as much as we can.
Yeah, no, this is fun. I like it. So then our third beer here.
Yeah.
Which one's this one?
So this is Shut Off Valve. This is the new West Coast, or one of the new West Coasts, and there's a little story behind it. So the reason why it's called Shut Off Valve is because we had an issue with one of our fermenters, and it was actually at the wrong temp, and the yeast went to sleep, and so we had to reawaken it. And Vince and a bunch of our customer friends came over, saved the day, and just wrapped the whole tank with heaters
That's crazy.
to reactivate the
Yeah.
yeast, and we saved the beer.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so the variant of this beer is Resuscitation. That's our Raspberry Balsamic IPA, but that one as well. Both names, Shut Off Valve Resuscitation, is kind of just because of what happened, but
Yeah.
the beer was saved, and it turned out good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So let's see what you think.
Check it out. Cheers. Really good. Right off the bat, very aromatic, very citrusy.
Yeah.
Again, another really light on the tongue, but full. I like it a lot. Well, Fresco, I really appreciate you allowing us, behind the scenes of your place.
Sure.
I really loved it. It's small, it's quaint, it has so much character, and then awesome beers,
Thank you, man.
But I wish you the best of luck, man. This place is
appreciate it.
awesome. I want to see it grow. I want to see you expand. I want to see your kitchen. So,
Yeah.
make sure any of that happens, you hit us up, so we'll come out and check it out.
Yeah, we are going to start canning soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Very cool.
And I'm going to self-distro, so
Very nice.
I'm actually going to look into getting our beers in local areas throughout Ontario and
Nice.
in surrounding cities. And that's the first expansion, is just kind of like get our beer out there. We've done a lot of beer fests. We actually did 5 in a row, 5 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
So this last one we just finished, and we're just going to do everything we can to get our brand out there. And I love all the other breweries, and just do more together.
No, man, that's awesome.
Thank you, man.
Thanks again. So if you're out here in the city of Ontario, make sure to come and check out Metabolic Brewing and tell Fresco and his wife what's up. But thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
That's awesome.